Hello friends and welcome back. So hope based on the previous session where we have discussed about the WebSphere architecture, you have a good understanding on the high available architecture where we implement the multiple components at each and every layer, whether it is a multiple web servers, multiple application servers, multiple instances of databases, right? So each and every layer we maintain the multiple component for the high availability, or you can say to avoid the single point of failure. Right. Now, the topologies is a term where in WebSphere we create the different kind of a architecture, or you can say we do a different kind of a installation and setup for our different environments. Okay, basically the you can say for the non-production and production environments. Okay, so there are specific terms, there are specific technologies, functionalities in WebSphere, okay, which we use to define the different kind of a topologies for our different environments, right? So basically, we have a two kind of a environments, right? Everywhere, non-production and our production, right? So non-production where we can have our development environment, testing environment, quality environment, okay, where we may have our pre-prod environments. Okay, and then we have our UAT environments. And when we say prod, this is our live environment where the live applications are deployed, right? Which is getting access over the internet or maybe in the internet by the end users or business users, right? So now depend on the environments. Okay, we do a different kind of a installation and setup that is referred as the topologies in WebSphere. Right. So in high availability architecture in the previous session, okay, so what we have learned about that when we do the installation and setup of the different kind of a components, okay, so how we actually design that, okay, so if I say non-prod, okay, so in non-prod we may have only one single instance of the application server. Okay, so if it is front-ended by the web server, so you may have a web server in front. So this is your end user accessing the application. Request will go to your web server, and in the backend you may have only one instance of application server. Okay, and then in the backend you may have a one instance of database, right? So this is not a high availability architecture, but this is specifically not required when you are in a development, testing or quality environments, or maybe in the UAT environment. Sometime or somewhere you may see that UAT or maybe the pre-prod, okay, it may be exactly the same architecture as of your prod. Okay, because you need to simulate the testing before you are sending it to the production. So again, it depends on the client requirements. Okay, so when we talk about the production environment, so what is the architecture? So we have a multiple instance everywhere. For example, two instance of WebSphere, sorry, web server. Okay, two instance of WebSphere application server, and we may have the two instance of the database in backend for the high availability. So the request will something like that. There would be a hardware load balancer. Request will reach to hardware load balancer. From there, it will be load balanced to your different web servers, and from there, it will be load balanced to the multiple backend application servers like WebSphere, and from there, it can go to the different database instances for the high availability failover kind of a features. Okay, so this is our non-production architecture, and this is our production architecture. Or sometime it is also referred as the pre-production and UAT architecture as well. If your pre-production and your UAT architecture is similar to your prod. Okay, as I said, it is depend on the client to client and the different organizations. Now, based on this concept, which we have discussed in detail in the previous WebSphere architecture, okay, we have a different kind of a topologies in the WebSphere. Now, let me explain you what are the different kind of a topologies. Okay, so now because you have a good clarity of the WebSphere architecture, standalone, and then multiple instance architecture, okay, in the pre-prod and production environment. So the we have three kind of a topologies in the WebSphere, which is called the standalone, okay, which is very clear from the name as well. Okay, second is called the network deployment. Network deployment. And third you can refer as multi standalone management. Okay, which is also referred as administrative agent. Okay, we will cover this as well later in the detail. Right. So now these are the three topologies that we have in the WebSphere. That means when we do the setup of the environments of the WebSphere, okay, so either you configure it in the standalone mode, either you configure it in the network deployment mode, which is also referred as ND, okay, and either you configure the multi standalone management mode as well for certain kind of a features. Okay, I will explain that in detail. Right. So now let us come to first standalone. So it is very clear from the name standalone. That means there would be only one instance of application server, only one instance, or you can say one JVM, right? So this we use for the non-production environment. Okay. Again, development, quality, testing, or maybe apart from that, you may have few more environments where you need only the single server. Okay, so in development, you may have a multiple developers and they may be using their own machines where they have a single standalone setups. Okay, similarly, in the quality environments, you may have a multiple end users. Okay, those are doing the quality testing. Similarly, in the testing environment, you have to do certain kind of a business functionality testing. So here the user load is very less, right? There are few testers who will run certain test cases, quality cases. We will have few testers. Those are going to run few test cases. Okay, so the load will be very less in this environment, right? To save our cost, we configure only a single instance on this environment. So for that we can do the standalone setup. Okay, so we have an option in the WebSphere when we do the installation and setup. Okay, we create the different kind of a profiles. Okay, so when we create the profile, so we have an option where we can choose to select the standalone profile. Okay, standalone profile when we do the setup. So if you are doing the standalone setup or for pre-prod environments, so during the setup we have to select a different kind of a profiles for the setup. Okay, now second is the network deployment. Network deployment is a profile, or you can say is a feature or a topology that we always use for the production environments or live environment. Okay, along with that, if you have the pre-prod environments which may be a replica of the production. Okay, because as I said, there are multiple clients who use a pre-prod environment or maybe some UAT environments. Okay, that is the similar architecture of your production due to simulation of the load and multiple things. Okay, so production and then your pre-prod and prod, which is a simulation of prod. For that, we configure the network deployment. So this network deployment is for production. Okay, so that means this comes with the multiple features that may not required for the non-production environment. Okay, now let me talk about few more things about network deployment. So network deployment, as I said, okay, this is a production or your live environment setup. Okay, so now if I repeat, okay, the high availability architecture. Okay, so this is the architecture that we have learned. This is your web server one. This is your web server two. This is your web sphere one. This is your web sphere application server two. In the backend, we have a two node of database. Requests are going like this one. Okay. So for this one, here we have two instances of WebSphere, right? But in an actual environment, there could be multiple, not only two. It could be 4, 5, 6, 10, or more than that. Okay, for the high availability and to cater the load of your application. So in that case, this setup where we have to manage the multiple WebSphere instances together. Okay, this referred as the network deployment where we have the multiple instances of WebSphere. Okay, now when we say network deployment, okay, so it comes with the multiple benefits that we will discuss in detail in the going forward or for the other sessions, okay, that I will post. Okay, so like the clustering, which provide the feature of the failover plus load balancing. Okay, this failover and load balancing within the cluster. So when we have a multiple WebSphere instance, so we make them in a part of a cluster. And when we make them part of a cluster, so we get the benefit like the failover and the load balancing. Okay, we will discuss about this in detail. However, the failure clustering, load balancing, we have discussed in the architecture session, but specifically in terms of the WebSphere, I will explain in the later sessions as well in detail. Right. So now here, all the multiple WebSpheres are is a part of a same cluster. Okay. So now we need some process, some way to manage all these instances from a single location. Right. For example, if I'm doing the deployment of my application on the WebSphere. So when I do the deployment, okay, I should do it from a single location. Okay, and if I do from a single location, it should deploy on each and every server which is part of my cluster. If I am doing any configuration changes, I should do from a single location and it get propagated to each and every server which is part of cluster, right? Otherwise, what will happen? If I'm doing a deployment, you have to log into each and every server where the WebSphere is running, and you have to follow the same process on each and every node or host machine to deployment. If you need to do any configuration changes, you have to do it on each and every machine, right? You have to log into each and every machine and then do the same repetitive configuration on each and every machine, which is not feasible, right? So for that, we need a centralized location for the management, okay, for entire cluster where you have multiple WebSphere instances. And this feature is provided by the network deployment, which allow you to control multiple WebSphere instances scattered across the multiple hosts. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 instances of WebSphere. So they may be running on the separate physical servers or maybe the virtual machines. So today, as of now, we have only virtual machines, hardly the physical servers. So you may have virtual machine 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 virtual machines. On each virtual machine, you have the WebSphere instances running, okay, which you are managing from a central location, and all servers are part of a cluster. So this cluster feature and a centralized management provided by the ND profile, and that's why we use in the production environment, live environment, where we have the multiple servers, not only single server, right? So this feature, or when we do the setup installation configuration of WebSphere, so we have a separate profile for that, and that we will cover in the execution. Once we'll go for the execution, then we'll see how to create the ND profile. Okay. And now the third one is what I said. Third one is your multi standalone management, right? Multi standalone management, or you can also refer it as an administrative agent, right? This is the third one, third topology, multi standalone management, which is, as I said, also referred as administrative agent. Okay. Now, what is the purpose of this? The first we have learned about the standalone profile. Second, we have learned about the ND profile, and this is the third profile that we are learning, right? So it's very simple and straightforward. When we talk about a standalone, okay, so in standalone, we have the multiple single instances. This is our development instance. This is our testing instance. This is our quality instance. Suppose we have three standalone instances for development environment, testing environment, and quality environments. Okay, now these are the three different environments. Okay, so in the NDE, I said that you have a centralized location from where we do the management of multiple WebSphere instances, which is spread across the multiple machines, right? Now, if you have a multiple standalone instances, okay, and you want to do certain kind of a operations, okay, from a single location. Okay, that means you have a single location like an admin console which you are accessing from the browser, okay, and you want to do the operations in your different environments from a single console like this one. Okay, so for that we use this particular call multi standalone management or administrative agent. It is looks like similar to this, okay, but it is different. The one major difference is your all the instances should have be in the same machine. Same machine means same server, which is a virtual machine or could be physical server as well. So you have a development environment, you have a testing environment, you have a quality environment, which is on the same host. Okay, then you can have a admin console, centralized console from where you can do certain kind of a operations from a single location in your each and every environment. Otherwise, what will happen? You will have a separate console for development, you will have a separate console for testing, you will have a separate console for quality. Three different consoles for three different environments on same machine. Okay, but with the help of this multi standalone topology, you can manage it from a single location. But again, the limitation is it should be on the single machine. Okay, in the ND we manage on the multiple machines. And other thing, this central location will not give you the multiple or all the features that we get in the ND deployment. Okay, that means the functionalities to manage these standalone instances from this centralized locations are very limited. So in comparison with the ND, we have two things. The very first thing, your all the standalone environment should be on the same host, not on different hosts. Second thing, the functionality to manage these environments from the single consoles are very limited. So this is the third topology that we use in the WebSphere. right? So these are the three topologies that we use to build our environment when we go for the setup. Okay, and this we are going to cover in detail, okay, when we'll go for the execution of all these profiles, all these topologies, ND, standalone, administrative agent. So I will explain you everything in detail with the executions and with the complete end-to-end concepts during the execution.